Your worth is not in how much you do, but it's in how well you take care of yourself. Burnout isn't just about being tired. It's emotional, it's mental, it's spiritual. It comes from overextending yourself. It's constantly saying yes when your soul is begging you to say no. From trying to be everything for everyone while quietly neglecting yourself. That quote comes from section 4 of my new ebook, The End of Starting Over, Your Guide to Healing, Growth, and Consistency. If you want to dive deeper, follow along within the series. The link to the ebook along with a free reset ritual will be down below in the description or in the show notes. Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode of This Is For The Soul, the podcast, and I'm your lovely host, Brianna Shadee. On this podcast, we talk about all things mental health, personal development, spirituality, girl talk, you name it, we're gonna talk about it. So this episode is moving right into part 4 of the Girl That's Tired of Starting Over series. And part 4 is all about burnout and how burnout can slowly but steadily creep up onto you. Let's be honest, burnout has become so normalized, especially in today's society with hustle culture. We live in a time where rest feels like laziness, where silence makes us uncomfortable, and everything is about overdoing and overstimulating, where we constantly feel like we should be doing something, chasing something, building something, or else we are somehow behind. We've confused being productive with being valuable. And that mindset is frying our nervous system, making us slaves to this vicious cycle that continues on and on and on. One of the biggest hidden causes of burnout, I would argue, is people pleasing. Saying yes out of guilt, carrying responsibilities that were never ours to carry in the first place, and stretching yourself so thin that there's barely anything left of you. And from one natural born people pleaser to another, I know that it can be difficult. We talk so much about self-care, but what about soul care? What about the things that are nourishing to ourselves? What about boundaries that actually protect your peace? How can we put those in place? Let's talk about the guilt that comes up when you finally choose you. It's real. FOMO, fear of missing out, and even the fear of letting someone else down. When you choose yourself, you're not missing out. Those people or that opportunity, they're missing out on the experience of you, whole, present, and well. Burnout doesn't necessarily just show up overnight. It creeps up on you. Slowly but steadily over time is when you start to see the signs. Through mental fog, emotional exhaustion, instability, lack of motivation, body fatigue, and then that's when your soul starts whispering. And then eventually it won't whisper anymore and it'll start screaming at you and telling you you need to slow down. And a big part about this isn't even about just doing too much. It's also about the things that are happening around us. And sometimes it can be hard to control what goes on in our environment. Life, family, survival, responsibilities, even grief. It piles on and on and on. But the thing is, how long are you going to allow yourself to continue to carry it all before your body forces you to stop? Because again, the signs will eventually become physical, visible to the point where you have no choice but to stop. You know, those times where we're just living our lives, working hard, and then boom, out of nowhere, you get sick. And you could be someone who doesn't really get sick. A lot of the time, sickness forms or things start to happen to our body because those are signs that are telling us that we're burnt out and we need to slow down. So really pay attention to your body, pay attention to the signs, pay attention to what it's trying to tell you. Boundaries are actually a good thing. They're healthy and they aren't walls, which most people would associate them as such, but they're there to be your soul's protection. They're put in place to be your own protection for yourself. Boundaries are the pause button that you are allowed to press. They are how you reclaim your energy and your joy without draining yourself. And listen, I'm still learning this too. I'm still learning how to set boundaries and how to stick with them. I have to remind myself all the time that I'm not Superwoman and I cannot do everything at once. And those boundaries, they have to go up at some point, because over time I've came to realize that I am not here to sacrifice my peace to meet everyone else's needs. That's just not what my purpose is. And as much as I do care about other people, and as much as I do just care and love so hard, sometimes that can be to my detriment. And nor is it noble to completely abandon yourself. You deserve compassion too, not just from others, but from yourself. Self-compassion is super important. How you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, what you feed yourself, all of those things are important, because you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't expect for other people to do things for you that you don't do for yourself. And you can't expect yourself to go the extra mile for someone else when you don't even go the extra mile on your own. You really have to pour into yourself. You have to do your own inner work. You have to take care of yourself and fill yourself up, so that way you are able to give to others and do things, but in a healthy way. So if you are feeling drained right now, I want you to ask yourself, where am I saying yes when I actually mean no? What am I committed to that I am no longer aligned with? When is the last time that I gave myself permission to just be without judgment? Your healing begins the moment that you say no more. No more overextending. No more crossing my own boundaries. No more guilt-fueled actions. And especially no more betraying yourself in the name of being liked and accepted. The whole point of this section, this whole book honestly, is all about giving yourself permission and understanding that you are the only one that's in the way of you. The moment that you choose a different path, the moment that you step aside and choose to lead with intention, that is when things will begin to change. That's when the real magic happens. All right, you guys. Well, that is the end of this episode. I hope that this message resonated with you and that you enjoyed it. If it did, take a deep breath, drink some water, drink some tea. Give yourself time, permission, and space to rest, okay? Give yourself at least that. Allow yourself to rest and just be, and see how much better you feel when your energy is recharged. Because you are enough even when you're not performing. Even when you're not working or doing something that makes you feel like you're valuable. You are enough. And most importantly, your peace is priceless. The full ebook, The End of Starting Over, is available now in my Stan store, along with a free reset ritual to help you get back on track and redefining your version of consistency and discipline. Always remember, protect your peace, honor your energy, and just give yourself permission. I love you guys, and I thank you so much for sticking around with me. Until next time, mwah, bye.